We're running grain cart today. Shelling corn. Hang out there while I work. You guys hear me okay? I think you can hear me. But let me know. We got the combine fixed, in case you were wondering. If you watched this morning's video, we had a hydraulic pump break on us last night. Got it together about, I don't know, 10 o'clock this morning, and having a pretty good day so far. All right. Hunting a soybean field. How come the farmer left a row of beans up? Well, for you to hunt. That's why. For the deer to come and eat. For you. I don't know. If it's just a row, probably because they're not worth going back to get. You spend more money in the combine fuel and wear and tear and depreciation to get that row of beans than you will in harvesting and the amount of beans that you'll harvest. I don't know. Audio was good. Good deal. Hey, hi. I either just got here. Hope things are going well. Well, Wayne, we're about 2 minutes into it, so I just got here too. Hello from South Carolina. Hi, how are you? Why do you think your end rows are always so much less in yield even though you disc grip? Well, because we still turn on them when we're planting, when we're spraying, when we're harvesting, when we're doing everything. We have compaction in the end rows. We run over plants, side dressing and spraying in the end rows. Typically the end rows are where the trees are, and the wildlife damage is significant, so that's a big contributing factor. I got a couple of spots for you guys to hang out while we're doing this here, but yeah, that's a big part of it. Is just because there is so many things that limit your yield on the end rows. Compaction is the number one reason. Ooh, a little far away, but it'll be okay. Adjustable spouts, they're nice. Suck that auger down, push it out. Good enough. Sun's not going to make this fun, is it? That's all right. Harvest is going strong for us in southwest Minnesota. I would imagine everybody in the whole country right now is, if you got a combine and your combine runs, you're probably using it. Harvest progress has got to be at about a record pace, I would think. And this corn's coming out at about 15%, I think, which is just crazy. Crazy dry. It's good. It's good for us. It's just, we don't see that very often, so. Alright. And we go do it again. Did you and Brock switch it up? Well, Brock's not here today, so when Brock's not here and we're shelling corn and need to run the grain cart, Dad combines and I run the grain cart. Just finished today's video. Cool. Oh, I'll try and sit where, hold you guys where the sun's not right in your eyes. Got the pump fixed as expected. Yeah, it really was a pretty easy repair doing that pump. The biggest part was getting the part, which was just a drive to Jonesville and back. So once we got it back, it came apart really easily and went back together just about as easy. It was no big deal. We did it pretty good, so. South Carolina doesn't have any sun. I suppose that could be. The hurricane stuff bad there, or was that all more west and North Carolina? Just when I was really enjoying the back of your head. Yeah, well, you'll get to see some more of it. Don't worry. When will we winterize the rain? Hopefully soon. I got the stuff that I need. I just got to get up there and do it, and I haven't had time. We don't get any rain, so we're always combining, and I never have a time to get up there. But sooner rather than later, hopefully. I'm hoping to harvest that field next week, so we got to get the thing out of the field, which means we need to get it winterized, get it done. You truly have the best videos of all. Keep up the awesome job. Thank you. Appreciate that. Hunting a bean field and the farmer left rural beans. Yeah, I already answered that, man. With that green cart, do you fold the auger in and out with the joystick or remote on the tractor? Grain cart, not green cart, right? Yeah. It is on the hydraulics of the tractor. So the joystick has 3 functions. It pivots the spout in and out, front and back, and it pivots the entire auger up and down. That's what ours has. On some of the bigger carts, the fancier ones, I think you can get gate control and auger fold on the joystick as well. Ours does not have that, but that's okay. So I have them programmed into this remote joystick. So this button back here, can you see this one? This one back here. That one folds the auger in and out. This one opens the gate. I can't see. This one opens the gate, open and closed, and this one engages the joystick. So that's how that works. Hello, Steven. Helping my cousin tomorrow morning combine corn. Cool. Saves on propane for sure. Yes. Gas company doesn't like it, but we do. Yeah, definitely going to save some dryer gas. That and the fact that it's 80 degrees almost today. So the warm weather is going to help with not burning as much gas either. Hold on, I got to clean you guys off. I don't know if that's any better or not, but when you're in the irrigated field, potentially the end of next week. I'm sort of pushing towards that, but it depends on how this weekend goes and early next week. We've got this field that we're in now. We should finish tonight, and then we got to figure out where we're going to go from here. We've got 120-ish acres, 115 acres of a few fields that are kind of the direction of the irrigated field. But it's 102-day corn. It should be really dry. We're thinking about getting that the first part of the week. But we might go get into some 110-day, some of the first stuff we planted tomorrow, just to see what kind of moisture we got there. Is it as dry as the rest of this stuff? And yeah, we'll figure that out sooner rather than later. And there's a chance of rain this weekend. Believe it or not, we might actually get some rain. There's a very small chance tomorrow, a little bit better chance on Sunday, and then a small chance on Monday. And if we were to actually catch some, that might slow us down a little bit, but we really, really need the rain, so we will take it. Our wheat is sitting doing absolutely nothing because it's so dry at the moment, and the corn stalks they're so light and fluffy. We just need a rain to kind of we just need a rain. It's hard to explain, but it will keep them from bunching up on the head quite so bad if we can get them wet, knocked down. So we'll see. An inch of rain would make things lots nicer and make the tillage go a lot better. We have 700 acres of corn left. Haven't had rain in a couple months. Our corn has been running 16.5 to 20% moisture. Yeah, that's about like what we have been. We've had, I think we had 0.8 of an inch of rain the entire month of September, which is not enough. We've gotten nothing in October so far. And the crops are really good because it was late before it got dry. We had to rain in August like we needed. But it's drying down, and the sun and the wind that we've had over the last couple of weeks is just drying things like crazy. So that is good. I don't know what the best spot to put you guys is. Maybe over here so I can see. You guys can't see, but I can. Oh, that didn't work. Maybe there. Yeah, so the ground is hard and dry. The crops are dry. It's a good thing, but we need some rain. And I think I'd have to look at Phil's test results and stuff, but I think our corn is actually coming out of the field under 16% right now. Glad part was at your dealership. Yeah, we kind of got lucky with that one because I looked up the part and our dealer network had one, and it happened to be at our local store. Now, we're in a good spot where we're in the middle of several different parts or John Deere dealerships. And so we can go to different ones and check parts inventory and stuff. And if our dealer wouldn't have had it, we would have checked the other ones. But yeah, they had it. It was close. I was able to get it. It took me an hour and a half to get there and get back. Dad's having trouble with the corn stalks fluffing up on the head. We don't have a corn reel. We've never really had a use for a corn reel, but one of those corn reels just to get the fluffy stuff to feed in would be kind of handy right now. You see that vibration that you guys are getting? That's because our ground is so hard in these tracks. Like the cab's pretty smooth with the suspension that it has on it, but it makes the little vibrations come through. And like the armrest here, I can't have you mounted on there. You vibrate too much. 90 bushel acre here for corn is our average this year, and 31 on the beans. Ouch, that sucks, man. Sorry to hear that. Hey, by far the most interesting farm channel and the most educational. I don't know about interesting, but I might be the most educational, and I appreciate that, so thank you. Oh, from Boston, hello. Dad planning on building a shed or building for the rain this year? I don't think that's going to happen this year. Something we might do in the future, but we have some other priorities, I guess, if you will. Fertilizer storage building is quickly rising on that list of things that we would like to do. So we'll see. I imagine he'll get there, but it's made to live outside. It will be okay. We might take a tarp up and throw it over the engine compartment or some of the electronics, but it will be okay. 300 bushel corn in the irrigated field. It's possible. What is the payback on the rain system? 5 years. Plus your time for not getting up at 3 a.m. and moving pipe. Yeah, that's probably close. We'll know more once we get the corn out, right? We'll have an idea what kind of a yield advantage that we got from it and be able to do some math and figure it then. I can tell you the payback was quicker when we had $5 corn than it is when we have $3 corn. That definitely doesn't help, but we'll be okay. All right, unloading again. More important for me to not spill corn than it is to follow along with you guys. Read questions. Alright, now we got the front hopper full. Hey, hi. 25% corn, what temp do you like running the dryer at? So if we had 25% corn, we would be running our dryer at 200 degrees. You can run that grain handler up to 220. I don't know that we've ever actually done that. 200 is kind of the max that we run it at. And that seems to work pretty good. With this really dry corn, I don't even know if he's running this stuff through the dryer, frankly. But it was 17 earlier today, the last field that we were in, and that stuff was, we've got the dryer down to 180 degree plenum temp, and it was still putting 1700 bushel an hour through, even at lower temps, so that's good. It's really good. Congratulations on your early beans. Glad you... I can't read while we're moving. Stop. Glad you didn't just put it down to luck because you said it was more than that. Yeah, I mean, there is a fair bit of luck involved in getting the right weather patterns and stuff, but it's not... The reason we had such good beans this year isn't any one thing. Like, early planting may be the biggest contributing factor. But there's probably 10 or 12 different things that we do and have been doing for a number of years that just build on themselves, and it raises the floor. So we're doing something right, I guess. But thank you. What field or farm is your favorite? Like, do you have a favorite memory on? Oh gosh, I don't know. The favorite field is the irrigated field because it's our most productive. It's the most fun to run, to do because I can push things the hardest and really do good things. I have lots of fun memories on certain fields and different things, whether it was when I was a kid riding with Dad or, in fact, the field that we are in right now. I remember riding with Dad when I was a kid, and I don't remember what year, but we still had our 6620. So that would have been pre, 1995, 6. I don't remember when we got the 9500. 98 maybe? But it would have been early to mid-90s. And we were custom farming this for the guy that owned it, that lived in the house here at the time. And in the corner over that way, there's one of our muck pockets, really soft black dirt. And I remember Dad, we were in the 6620, we were combining there, and I don't know if it was wet that fall or what the deal was, but we got in that muck pocket and the combine just sank. You got stuck and it bent the ladder all up, and it was just a real, you could walk off of a platform outside the cab door onto the ground. It was sunk that bad because that dirt just got so fluffy. And yeah, it's a memory. I don't know if that's a favorite memory, but it's a memory from this field. So we have lots of those. How many hours around the combine? Did you see Larson's combine exploded? Yeah, I've seen Larson's combine, guys. I have had no less than 30 people tell me about Larson's combine. So it sucks for them, but I can tell you this. My repair this morning cost more than Larson's repair did, and mine was a hydraulic pump. Theirs was an engine. But theirs is under warranty at 360 hours, and my combine is not anymore, being 4 years old. And the emission stuff is still under warranty, but not the combine itself. Or that stuff. So I paid for my part. They did not, and their dealer did a heck of a good job getting them up and running very quickly. So yeah, and mine did too, but just a little different. Things happen. I'm not upset that a hydraulic pump broke on my combine. It sucks, yeah, but it's a 4-year-old combine, and we've got, I think, 1,050-ish hours on it now, so it's not new. Things break. It happens. Can you explain what setting you change if you have a dirty sample or throwing corn out the back? It's sort of hard from the tractor here, but sometime we can talk about that. There's several different philosophies, and you kind of got to know why those things are happening, right? Are you throwing corn out the back? Is it going through the rotor out the back, or is it coming over the sieves and out the back? And if it's coming out the rotor, there's a pretty good chance your concave clearance is too wide. I find that happens more times than not, is that people want to run their concave so far open that the corn's not actually getting threshed off the cob, and it's hitting the chopper still on the cob, and then the chopper hits those and it explodes the kernels off, and so you don't see it on the ground, but that's what's happening. So until you start splitting cobs in half, you keep tightening that concave up. And that usually solves my separator loss issues. I don't know if he was done or not. He had stuff built up. Yeah. Stopped, so I assumed he was done. So that'll solve separator loss issues. You can play with rotor speed. I usually use rotor speed more so as a control for grinding the crop and the corn. And then there's, what is this? Somebody turning around in our field? Turning around on the road. Okay. And then there's the loss coming over the sieve or the chaffer. And that one, people's general instinct is turn your air down, right? So you're not blowing it out the back. But the thing is, you're probably not blowing it out the back. It's probably overloading the sieve and the chaffer, and by turning the air down, you're not keeping all that bog, the material other than grain, the chaff and cobs and sticks and stuff, elevated. You got to have enough airflow to keep all of that stuff flying so that the grain can fall down through it. And if you don't, it plugs your chaffer up and you can't get any grain down through it, and it just walks it right off the back. So usually more air is good than less air. And then you can play with your chaffer and sieve settings to try and clean up the sample or reduce your losses. It's tough. It can be a challenge to balance all those things because you make one change and it affects other things, and you kind of go back and forth a lot. So What model is the tractor in this grain cart? Yeah, well, the tractor is an 8RX 370, and the grain cart is our Brent's 1196 Avalanche. Both really, really nice pieces of equipment. The grain cart was new in 2019, so this is our 5th year with this cart. Never really had too much of an issues with it. Broke a bolt once on the auger pivot, but heck of a grain cart. Does an awesome job. Love this thing. And then the tractor, this is our 3rd full season with it. Is that right? 22, 3, and 4. I think that's right. So 12,000-pound loads don't fill a cart up or a truck up very fast. We are running our Agromatics Libra harvest for the scale head, and that works awesome. Really like that. Alright, I'm going to hold you for a second again. Fields around Urbana, Ohio are green with volunteer soybeans, so thick I originally thought they were cover crops. Severe drought down here, then we had 5 inches of rain. Your theory. I can tell you exactly what happened. The beans got so dry before that rain, they were down to 7, 8, 9%, 10%, and they had shatter loss and harvest loss, and then you got 5 inches of rain, and it's warm, and they all grew. That's what happened. It's volunteer beans. They just grew. We don't usually see that because usually it's cold and the beans don't grow, or you get a frost and kill them off before they're noticeable, and that's not happened this year. So all of the fields are quite green. I notice it on some of our early harvested beans. We have a few volunteers coming up, but here's the thing you got to remember, right? 1 bushel per acre of loss, which is probably high on beans, but that's a lot of beans. A lot of beans. You're talking about 150, 180,000 beans per acre. That's like what we would plant them at. So they ought to look thick and like they're coming up really well, like they were planted, because that's a lot. So now hopefully you got half that, but it's still going to look thick, and it looks worse than it is. It always looks worse than it is. Now that said, you can tell some differences between combines or operators, or if somebody had a problem and a leak or something like that. Yeah, they show up. It's kind of embarrassing. What was the bushel of the beans? Yield-wise, I'm not going to give you the farm average, but we had really good beans. We had really good beans. Fields went, the low field, we had an 1.5 acre piece that went 40. Does that count? The low for a real field average was probably 52. The high was 81. We had really good beans. Running VT in central Indiana. If we don't catch rain in a couple days, we'll have to shut it down. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Dad says the Ripper's been working pretty good. I really haven't run it. I can't talk right now. I'll call you later. Oh, what time is it? 5:53. I'll call you later. Yeah. Anyway, where were we at? Oh, dry. Dad says the Ripper's been working all right, but it's definitely dry. So, great John Deere equipment tractor. Yep, thank you. Have you decided on which field we get the March beans, and will you be doing more? It all depends on the weather, right? We don't get the weather in March to plant beans every year, so when we do get a dry stretch, we'll do it, and it depends on what field's the driest. But those fields right close to the farm at home there are probably the most likely candidates. But I might do a couple next year if we got the opportunity. I just don't know if we'll get that opportunity. What about extensions on the head, like older high tin heads where the back and sides are 2-3 feet taller than a standard head? Why would I want that? Why would I want extensions on my head? What does that gain me? Tarp would probably be the best bet, yeah. Does the RX still smell like liquid ammonia from this spring? Liquid ammonia or anhydrous ammonia? No, it doesn't either way. Come on. Lock on. There we go. How many bushels per acre would it take to pay off the rain in 1 year? A lot. A lot. And it depends how many acres you get. Will you get a second rain machine? Well, not right now. We're going to run this one for a few years and see how it does. We haven't even harvested the first crop off of it yet. I don't know what kind of yield increase we're dealing with. Is it 20? Is it 50? Is it 100? I don't know. And any of those are a possibility. So, you know, the higher the yield increase, the more likely it is that we can pay for it quickly and justify a second machine. That said, we've been running some pretty dang good crops where we didn't have irrigation this year, so it's hard to justify. Just finished watching your morning video. Guess you got it fixed. We did get it fixed. Yep, thank you. Beans, volunteer, velvet leaf, and corn. We had to walk beans every summer. I was happy when John Deere had a spray bar with 7 seats. Back Roundup just came out so we could ride and spot spray fields. Yeah. How long did it take you guys to do beans? Let's see. We started like the 18th of September and we finished yesterday. But there was about a week in there when we didn't do any. So it was a solid 2 weeks, 2 full weeks that we worked on the beans. What's up? I think with this way, the rain blowing 99% maintenance probably evens out if you factor in spent moving pipe and traveler. Spend time doing other stuff. You mean because it's less maintenance and less involved to get it to run it? Yeah, something like that. What's the average for corn with water gun watering system? You mean the last time we watered it with the Cadman, the hard hose traveler, not this year's stuff? We did pretty good. I had a corn growers entry up there go 287, 285, something like that. Field average was in the 260s. Hoping to beat that this year. What's equipment is this? Yeah, come on, guy. Oh, that's 4 combines already. That's 4 years on this combine, yes. Saw a new big GH warehouse on the way to Springfield. Must move a lot of seed. 3 overhead hopper bottoms outside. Nice. 4 years and it's out of warranty. That's crazy. 4 years and it's out of warranty is crazy? That's not crazy. Not crazy at all. I think we could have bought an extended warranty for up to 5 years or so many hours. I don't know what it was, but they're expensive. I mean, you would have spent another $50,000 on that kind of a warranty. We didn't. We did buy some kind of an extended warranty, but I think it was just a year or 2 extended. Alright, we might get the truck full enough to be full this time. What's your max performance in the combine with your pain? Damn it. Hold on. Not centered. Okay. Max performance on the combine with your pain threshold of 1 bushel loss per acre. I have no idea. People get all bent out of shape about bushels per hour and how fast you can run your combine and all this stuff. I just want a combine. We get in it, we have an 8-row head, we run somewhere between 4 and 5.5 miles an hour, and we can't truck it away as fast as we can combine it anyway. So it really doesn't make any difference how much we can shell. I know we've gotten up to 3,500, 4,000 bushels an hour, but that's pushing it. We can't handle that kind of volume. If we can do 2,500 an hour, I'm pretty happy. What's the next equipment upgrade? New bean planter or new sprayer? One of those two, probably. But I don't know. Don't you normally want the rotor fast as possible without splitting? No, not necessarily. I want the rotor as slow as possible with still doing a good job. Less grain damage, less splits in the beans, less ground up corn. Yeah, I usually try and run the rotor pretty slow. Hi from Italy, starting bean harvest tomorrow. So late, we had a month of rain. Sorry, man. We've had the opposite problem. How fast can that cart dump at max capacity with gates all the way open, throttle wide open? I can fill a truck in less than 2 minutes. Why don't you run a 12-row corn head? Because I can't keep the corn away from an 8-row corn head. I have no need for a 12-row. It'll probably happen at some point, but we don't need to go faster. Question for you or Dad: what was the first tractor he remembers as a child on his dad's farm? I don't know that answer. I remember our 4440 and 4020, and we had a 4520 when I was a kid, and then the 4955 we bought in '92 was kind of the first new tractor that I remember. You're going to get an air bar. We're not going to get an air bar. What are the highest parts of that March field? I swear I saw some hundreds on that monitor when you showed it. Oh yeah, there was spots running 100 to 120. Absolutely. How did your seed customer who planted soybeans in March do? I don't have a seed customer who planted soybeans in March. That was me. Shelling corn here in BG. Nice. Still surprised you run that 8RX on the cart full time. I would think running the 8R in the cart would make sense to keep hours off that very nice machine. Yeah, no. I mean, we don't need the tracks this fall because it's dry, but this tractor is a much better grain cart tractor than the 8R is. It's taller, you can see better dumping into the trucks. We got the Gen 4 monitor where we can run machine sync with the combine much easier. Which I guess with the Gen 5 and the 8R now we could, but we don't have the right subscription for that, so it wouldn't work. No, we're going to keep running this the way it is. And that 8R is a great spreader tractor. That's working awesome on that spreader. So, Tigers or Guardians? Oh man, I am more of a Cleveland sports fan than a Detroit sports fan. But I don't watch baseball. I have not watched a single game this year, so I really don't care. Can you do more different amendments on irrigation to boost yields? Wonder how much some can heat such high yields. Yeah, there's other things we can try, and we will try, and we have tried, and we do more up there than about anywhere else, so we'll see what we get this year. Heard anything from the new owners of the Cadman? I kind of want to make a mini version for running my veggie patches. They sell mini versions. I'm sure you can find one. Look up some used ones. A lot of the high school football fields around here use them for their football fields. But no, I have not heard from them. You gonna upgrade it anytime soon? The combine? The tractor? What are we talking about? No, the answer is no, but I don't know what you're asking me about. Most things have short warranty. Heck, new houses typically 1 year from completion. Yeah, that's true. All right, we're going to go and catch a second round because this particular field, we have to park the trucks along the road on the side. There's no good driveway in and out where we can get trucks in. So we're always running all the way across the field to empty the carts. And with only having 12,000 pounds on there, we're just going to take 2 rounds at a time instead of dumping every round. Made sense when we were close, but now we're getting halfway across the field. It's a lot of driving. We've been trying to reach you about your combine's warranty. Yeah, I'm sure. Sometimes when those companies call me about my vehicle, I want to tell them, well, my vehicle is a 2021 John Deere S780. What can you do for me? See what they say. You guys get a new corn head, or are you going to get a chopping head? No, we won't get a chopping head. I don't want a chopping head. Don't need a chopping head. Items with longer warranty are typically very specific and rare, meaning more limited to what's covered in what degree. Yeah, that's true, and that's how the combines are, right? There's the full warranty on the whole machine that's good for a year. Then there's a powertrain or a limited powertrain that's good on the engine, transmission components, or hydro pump maybe, but not any of the wear parts or the rotor or any of that kind of stuff. And then there's the emissions warranty that any emissions component is a 5-year 5,000-hour warranty, I think, on anything that John Deere sells, but I could be wrong on that. With how well you're getting along, is the family thinking Thanksgiving on the beach? No, but we should be done well before Thanksgiving, hopefully. The wild card there is the double crop beans and when they're ready. I don't know. We will see. At this point, I'm kind of hoping to be done by Halloween. I don't know if that's realistic or not, but that'd be awesome if we were. Taking corn out is 14.7. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Rain scheduled 40 fittings that keep breaking. The gray scheduled 80 fittings to go for about $5 each. I bet they'll hold up much better. Yeah, well, they beefed that up, and we aren't breaking those fittings anymore. We are, however, pulling stuff apart that should not come apart. Like I pulled apart a glue joint that should not ever come apart. I pulled apart the hose that where the rubber hose clamp goes in with the hose barb and stuff. So they've got a redesign for next year. They're going to extend them back a little bit and stuff, it sounds like. I don't know when they'll come and make those updates, but we're going to let them do it. How's your dad doing? Dad's doing well, driving the combine. Watching you dump beans in the bin, 78 bushels. Yep, we've done that. Got to run an Oliver Red River special. Wheat was testing 5% because it was bound back in July. And oh my gosh. Okay. How's the rain doing? The rain is sitting right now. We're done with it for the year. We got to get it winterized. Eastern Shore Farmer only runs the bottom sieve wide open. Yeah, I hear lots of guys talk about that. My bottom sieve got to be pretty close to wide open. I don't know what it's actually at or how open it goes, but I think we're running it at 16, so it can't be much more than that. On the outside looking in, it seems like another truck driver would be something that would help a lot during harvest, or just too much of a pain dealing with another person and hiring trouble to bother. Well, we're definitely not going to hire somebody full-time for a month or two. You know, when we've got Brock, great. Another truck driver would speed things up, but for the most part, so what? It's the 11th of October, and we are 2/3 of the way through harvest. Like, why? What's the point? It's nice when Brock is here that I can run the combine and Dad can go work on something else, whether that's tillage or cleaning up brush or whatever. Or if we got to that point where we needed to run 2 trucks, Dad would run the combine and I can truck, or I can run cart and Brock can truck, or whatever. So if we had to do that, we can. We don't need to. Do you ever put tracks on the combine in the future? I probably wouldn't put tracks on this combine. I would probably think about buying tracks on our next combine. Yes. Did you see Larson's blew up that motor in their combine? Yep, I have. Rain is designed for that wimpy Pioneer corn. It snaps easily. No, that's exactly right. And I keep telling him that. Your Pioneer corn out in Illinois that just falls over when you touch it. We got strong stuff up here in Michigan. How's Phil liking the new Volvo truck? Love that blue. Thanks. Yeah, I think he's liking it a lot. I haven't asked him lately, but so far so good. It's nice to drive. You're going to get some hopper bottom bins for fertilizer instead of putting up a building? Probably not. I think we worry about the humidity that we get here, making the fertilizer cake up and not come out of those bins. I don't know. Maybe that's not a real concern, but we'll probably put up a barn, like an open front barn with a monoslope roof that we can back semis in and dump right into the barn. And then that gives us some flexibility to get some of our tillage equipment or some of the other stuff in, out of the elements and under a roof when we're not storing fertilizer. So it's kind of what we're leaning toward at the moment. All right, we're probably going to wrap this one up a little early tonight. I got a phone call I got to return. So if you got any last questions, get them in. You ever seen a black white-tailed deer? I saw one the other day. I have not. Some fertilizer bins come with hydraulic shaker motors. Yeah, they usually do have some kind of vibrator on them, but still, like, that fertilizer, it absorbs moisture and it just sets up. And so we're going to try and avoid that in an agitator. Yeah. I don't know of anybody anywhere around here that runs like hopper bottom bins, like the bulk seed bins is what we're talking about, that people put fertilizer in. I don't know that I've ever seen it happen around here. It's always some kind of commodity barn type storage system. So, all right, guys. Thanks for watching this one. We'll try and do another one next week sometime. We got a video coming for tomorrow morning from today, and then tomorrow, my sister Anna's going to be spending the day with us, or at least part of the day. So I'm looking forward to that. She should make an appearance in the video. She wants to learn how to run a combine, so we're going to teach her how to run a combine. So have a great night. Thanks for watching this one, and we'll see you guys in the morning.